Viola Bennet. Chapter 6. Fresh Horizons in Africa. The first day of next summer vacation. Elias had left for America for a year. Morning light filtered through the lace curtains, casting gentle stripes across the room. Viola rolled over, savoring the silence. A day uninterrupted by an alarm clock is the best kind of freedom. She reached lazily for the book beside her pillow, Sophie's World. She was deeply absorbed in the young girl's journey of discovery. Who am I? Where does the world come from? What is real? At 17, Viola felt the quiet weight of those questions and had begun her own search into the nature of being. Her bookmark rested near the section on Democritus's atomism, which compared atoms to tiny bricks. She looked at the Lego castle she had built the night before. The bricks themselves were solid, indivisible and eternal, like atoms. You could build anything with them, any wild idea. When a structure fell apart, the bricks didn't vanish, they simply separated, waiting to form something new. And suddenly, she understood. The world was made of tiny indestructible atoms. Creation and destruction were just their endless dance of combining and parting. Like love, she thought. A familiar ache tightening her chest. The love for Mom and Dad. It was real, it existed, even though they were thousands of kilometers away. It didn't disappear, it only separated, waiting to be whole again. Her mind drifted briefly to Elias. Was their connection too an atom? Something real and fundamental that could never be destroyed, only divided by distance. The thought was both comforting and painful. Am I leaning too far into stoicism just to cope, or am I simply missing them too much? With a slight tremor in her fingers, Viola reached for her phone and typed.
Mom, I miss you both so much. I wish Christmas could come earlier this year. Love, Viola.
As she pressed send, her eyes welled up with unshed tears. Her parents were both diplomats, and spent most of the year abroad, saving their vacation time for a long Christmas break, the happiest time for her and her little brother, Leo. The thought of their laughter around the Christmas tree flickered in her mind, warm, distant, untouchable. Almost instantly, Isabella, her mother, replied. We miss you too, my dearest Viola. How about you and Leo spending the summer with us in Tanzania? All my love, Mom. Attached was a photo of her parents waving happily, the vast savannah stretching endlessly behind them. Viola gasped, then leapt out of bed. In a blur of excitement, she sprinted down the hallway and burst into Leo's room, tugging him out from under his duvet.
Leo, come on. How about we go to Africa to see Mom and Dad?
Leo jolted awake, utterly disoriented.
What, Viola? Where am I? Africa? When? How? Did a Formula One car just crashes into my room?
Haha, you little sloth. Look at Mom's message.
Leo squinted at the screen, his sleepy eyes widening in disbelief.
No way, Viola, we're going to Africa.
A second later, he was out of bed, bouncing like a spring. Viola laughed, the room suddenly bright with the promise of summer. Just then, their grandparents hurried in. Good heavens! First a Formula One car in the hallway, and now a small earthquake upstairs. What on earth is going on, children? Grandma Marianne exclaimed.
Don't worry, Grandma. Viola and I are going to Tanzania for the summer.
Leo announced triumphantly.
Mom said we can finally go see them.
Viola added, unable to hide her excitement. Grandfather Bernard adjusted his glasses, a fond smile playing on his lips. Well, it seems your parents have planned quite the summer adventure for you too. Leo bounced and cheered.
Viola, we're really going, right?
Viola grinned, her eyes sparkling with anticipation.
Of course, Leo, we are. We're really going.
The children are growing up, Bernard said with a wistful chuckle. The world is vast. You must go and see it with your own eyes. You're going to have a very special experience, Marianne added warmly. Watching their excitement, Bernard's eyes softened. My most unforgettable memory, he began, was the sea of clouds over Kilimanjaro. Marianne and I had been together less than a year then. It was our first great journey, the first time we felt the vastness of nature, and witnessed both the cruelty and the grace of the wild. He slipped an arm around Marianne's shoulders, his expression tender with memory.
That sounds so romantic. You two must have had so many incredible adventures when you were young.
Viola said, feeling a tender connection to their past. Oh, countless ones, Bernard chuckled. Enough to fill a shelf of books. Then let's have breakfast, and you can start telling us one, Marianne suggested.
Yes. I'm so excited my stomach's already rumbling.
Leo cried, dashing toward the stairs. Viola laughed, straightened the bedsheet, and followed. A quiet thrill stirred inside her. She had always dreamed of seeing the world, of stepping into the places where her parents lived and worked. She just never imagined it would begin this soon. The day arrived in a blink. After a long, 10-hour flight, Viola and Leo finally touched down at Julius Nyerere International Airport in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. As the plane descended, the siblings pressed their faces to the window, cheering at the endless stretch of golden savanna below and the distant shimmer of the turquoise ocean. Their parents waited at the exit, smiling warmly.
Mama, Papa.
Leo shouted, barreling into their arms for a tight hug. Viola followed quickly, and the four of them embraced, hearts racing with joy. Their father Marco ruffled their hair affectionately.
Well, my dears, you've grown taller since I last saw you.
Isabella hugged them both, smiling so widely, she was too happy for words. Viola was the first to speak.
Mama, Papa, the view is incredible. We could see Kilimanjaro from the plane, and the plains stretch endlessly. It's magnificent.
That's wonderful. Your amazing African adventure officially begins now.
Marco cheered. On the drive home, the world outside the car was a riot for the senses. Coconut and banana trees lined the road, their leaves swaying in the warm breeze. Street stalls bustled with life, selling fresh fruits, grilled delicacies, and household goods. Locals dressed in vibrant colors strolled the sidewalks, weaving among boda-bodas, the motorcycle taxis, and bajajis, the three-wheeled rickshaws. The air was heavy with heat, dust, and the heady scent of tropical plants. Nearing the city center, the roads thickened with traffic. Minarets of mosques and crosses of churches peaked above the rooftops, a testament to the city's rich diversity. Dala-dalas, taxis, and pedestrians formed a constant symphony of horns and shouts, a vibrant chaotic contrast to the quiet orderliness of Germany. For Viola and Leo, everything was fresh and fascinating. The car threaded through the city, heading toward the coast. The urban clamor gradually yielded to open green spaces. Palm trees and flowering tropical bushes lined the streets, while trendy cafes and small commercial centers hinted at modern city life. Soon, they entered a quiet, well-maintained neighborhood of walled independent houses, almost European in style. The driveway appeared, framed by lush tropical foliage. Marco glanced back at the children, eyes twinkling.
We're home.
Viola and Leo leapt out of the car, taking in their new surroundings. Their eyes wide with wonder. The air carried a soothing blend of sea salt and fragrant blooms. Bougainvillea and hibiscus flourished everywhere. Carrying their bags inside, they stepped into a spacious living room adorned with vibrant African fabrics and intricately carved wooden masks. Through the massive picture windows, the lush backyard sprawled with tropical blooms that glowed in the late afternoon light. After dropping their luggage in the bedrooms, they discovered the best feature, a huge balcony. From there, a sweeping panorama unfolded. Oyster Bay's coastline and the vast Indian Ocean stretched endlessly. The setting sun gilded the rolling waves in gold, while distant fishing boats drifted lazily back to shore. The view left them speechless. "Wow," Viola breathed, awe shining in her eyes.
The style here is incredible. I love this raw, untamed feeling of nature.
"Then savor every moment of this beautiful holiday," Isabella said warmly. Downstairs, Isabella had quickly prepared a simple yet delicious dinner, freshly fried fish accompanied by local Tanzanian staples, uji, a stiff corn porridge, and mandazi, sweet fried bread. The warm sugary mandazi instantly reminded Viola and Leo of German Schmalzkuchen, the lard cake, a comforting taste of home in this vibrant new world. Viola and Leo's incredible African summer had begun, brimming with new sights, thrilling adventures and sweet surprises around every corner.